Hey everybody, Mike here. So one of the very first tools I bought when I got out of high school over 20 years ago was a couple pairs of these little Klein terminal crimps. Believe it or not, these look exactly the same, but there is one key difference between these two pairs. This one here will say non and insulated on here. So basically, to get your little terminals like this that have the coating on them, you can essentially put this in where it says the insulated coating, and it'll kind of smash that down without damaging the little insulation coating on the end of this terminal. Or if you've got these little terminals like this that don't have the plastic on them at all, in theory, stick that in there like that, and it doesn't matter because it's just going to give it a nice solid crimp. These here I picked up, I think these are a year later that I picked these up. This is the first set I got. Both of these I've owned for over 20 years though. And this one here basically has two different dials, and they're rated at 10 and 12 gauge wire, and then the top little groove here is the 14 up to 22 gauge. And you can see, if you look at them real close, they've got just real subtle differences in the crimping mechanism that's in there. As you can see, after 20 years, and I have beat the heck out of these things. They've lived in several toolboxes over the years. I worked at a dealership for a long time as a mechanic. These traveled through a couple different Best Buy stores when I was doing car audio install. Right out of high school when I started college, that was one of my part-time gigs. And the coating on these have never been replaced. These are the original hand grips that came on both these units. They just hold up great. I really like Klein Tools. I've always been a big fan. They're made here in the USA. They have a lifetime warranty on their products, although I've never had to worry about that because I've never actually broken a Klein tool, in my experience anyways. So I thought I'd show you real quick how these things work. So let me go ahead and get a piece of wire here stripped for you, and I'll show you just how easy this is to do. We'll go ahead and grab this little connector right here, thread this on my piece of wire, and that is an insulated coating. Let's go ahead and throw that on with the set that says non and insulated on it. I will put that in the non here at the bottom. I'll smash that down like that. As you can see, you get yourself a good connection. It doesn't damage the coating around here at all, and you're good to go. Now I could also, for sake of example, let me go and cut this off. I'll show you on the other end here. Get that stripped back. Let's go ahead and show you the other one as well. I've got a nice little heat shrink here. Thread that on there like so, and I will show you the same crimper I just showed you, but I'll put it in the top this time, and I'll crimp that down, and you got a nice connection like that. The nice thing about these two is that you do have a section where you can cut your wire as well, and these things have cut easily a couple thousand wires each. They're still doing just fine. I've cut some pretty thick, 4-gauge wire in the past with these as well. Struggles a little bit when you get into that bigger size stuff. Doesn't do it all in one cut, but it'll get it done. So that's all I have for you today though. These two Klein crimpers, although very subtle differences, you could probably get by with just one or the other. You don't really need both of them. If you're like me and do a lot of automotive work and electrical jobs, it's handy to have a couple of them laying around. Good quality tool. Big fan of the Klein stuff. That's all I've got for you today. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.